Welcome back to today's video. Join a skilled craftsman as he embarks on an incredible journey to build a unique log home nestled in the heart of a beautiful forest. Watch as this man turns his dream home into a reality. After carefully searching for the ideal location, the man finally finds the perfect spot in the forest. With a sense of purpose, he grabs his tools and starts to prepare the ground for the foundation of his home. With each swing of his shovel, he carefully digs into the earth, creating a solid and level base for what will become his new home. Every movement is deliberate and precise, as he takes the time to ensure that the foundation is strong and stable. This foundational work is crucial, as it will support the entire structure, making sure it stands firm against the elements and blends harmoniously with the natural surroundings. He begins by carefully marking and digging the individual sections where the house's framework will stand. Each square is meticulously prepared to ensure that the foundation is ready for the support beams and structural posts that will form the skeleton of the house. He carefully worked on the outer surface of the logs, smoothing them out and preparing them for the next step. Once they were ready, he began to stack them vertically, placing each log on the posts. For the front wall, he arranged 3 main posts, 2 on either side and 1 in the middle. The main post was taller than the 2 side posts, creating a sense of balance and structure. This careful arrangement ensures that the frame is both sturdy and visually appealing. With each log compacted, the foundation for the front wall begins to take shape, ready to support the rest of the house. With the kitchen area already excavated at the back wall of the house, he begins by carefully laying stones around the perimeter of the kitchen space. Each stone is placed with precision, forming a sturdy boundary that will protect the area and provide structure to the cooking space. Above the stonework, he leaves a gap, creating an opening for the chimney. This gap will allow the smoke from the kitchen to escape, ensuring proper ventilation. The stones not only provide a functional support, but also add a natural, rustic touch to the design, blending seamlessly with the surrounding environment. He also lined the edges of the rear earthen wall with carefully selected stones, placing them meticulously along the edge of the wall and on both sides. He then adds a horizontal beam, carefully spanning it from the top of the central front post to the back wall. This beam serves as a critical support for the structure, connecting the front and back sections of the house. He works meticulously to carve precise joints at the connection points, ensuring a secure and seamless fit. Each notch and groove is crafted with care, allowing the beam to lock firmly into place. He started by carefully digging a circular hole in the ground. The hole would act as a reservoir for the binder. Once the digging was complete, he turned his attention to preparing the binding material. Using a mixture of cement, soil, and water, he skillfully created a natural binder. He stirs the mixture until it reaches the perfect consistency, strong enough to bind the materials together while still maintaining a rustic, natural quality. He began building the wall with short, round logs sawn to uniform dimensions. These logs were stacked on top of each other to form the structure of the wall. Each layer was meticulously aligned, ensuring that the logs fit together tightly, creating a solid, stable foundation. To bind the logs securely, he uses a mixture of mud, skillfully applying it between each layer. The mud acts as a natural adhesive, filling in any gaps between the logs and holding them firmly in place. As he works, he smooths the mud with his hands, ensuring it spreads evenly and creates a strong seal. This method not only reinforces the walls, but also provides insulation, helping to regulate the temperature inside the house. combination of rounded wooden logs and mud gives the walls a rustic yet robust appearance, perfectly suited to the natural setting. The process requires patience and precision as he carefully stacks each log and checks the stability of the structure before moving to the next layer. With each step, the walls rise higher, taking shape as a sturdy and harmonious element of the whole. This traditional building technique showcases his resourcefulness and connection to nature, creating a space that is both practical and deeply rooted in craftsmanship. Each log is shaped and placed according to the angle of the wall slope. This requires precision and a keen eye for detail, as even small deviations can affect the stability and aesthetics of the structure. The logs are laid out in uniform rows, with each layer perfectly straight and evenly spaced. He takes the time to carefully align them, ensuring the walls are symmetrical and sturdy. Between rows, he applies a layer of mud to bind the logs together, creating a strong and cohesive structure. The angular design not only supports the natural slope of the earthen wall, but also adds a unique architectural feature to the house. He lit a fire in the kitchen, testing the functionality of the newly built cooking area. Satisfied with the results, he turned his attention to the front wall of the house. Focusing on one side first, he began building the wall, leaving the other side to design the entrance later. For the lower part of the wall, he used solid stones to form a solid foundation. Each stone was carefully selected in place, ensuring stability and balance. The stone base not only provided strength, but also added a natural sturdy charm to the structure. He carefully places the stones horizontally, stacking them one on top of the other with precision. Each stone is laid flat to create a stable and even foundation, ensuring the wall's durability and strength. To bind the stones together, he uses a mixture of mud, applying it generously between each layer. Once the stone foundation is complete, he moves on to the upper section, stacking short wooden logs on top of the stone base. Each log is aligned meticulously, creating a neat and uniform appearance. He uses mud to fill the gaps between the logs, securing them in place and adding an extra layer of insulation. The combination of stone and wood gives the front wall a strong yet aesthetically pleasing look, blending traditional craftsmanship with natural materials. Once the wall reached the proper height for the window frame, he paused to focus on building the frame. Carefully measuring the dimensions, he cut the planks to size, ensuring precision for a perfect fit. Using nails and sturdy joints, he assembled the planks into a square frame, paying attention to its alignment and strength, which he reinforced by adding wooden slats to the outer edges. These slats were carefully selected and shaped to match the natural aesthetic of the house. By blending the raw texture of the wood with the frame, he ensures that the window complements the rustic charm of the overall design. The finished frame is both functional and decorative, providing a solid base for the future window, while harmonizing seamlessly with the surrounding materials. Once the window frames were securely in place, he turned his attention to the roof. He carefully prepared the wooden planks. Starting at the edge of the structure, he began placing the planks close together. Each plank was positioned precisely, ensuring that they were properly covered and protected from the elements. He secures the panels securely in place, using nails to ensure the roof will remain sturdy and weatherproof. As he works, he checks the alignment of each panel to create a smooth, uniform surface. As night falls and the sky grows dark, he moves quickly to cover the roof, knowing that the work must be protected from the elements. He takes a large piece of nylon tarp and carefully spreads it over the roof, securing it to keep the structure dry. After covering the roof, he went inside the house. Despite the hard work he had done all day, he did not rest. Instead, he immediately set to work on the main door of his house. With determination, he began measuring and cutting the wood, preparing the pieces for the door frame. His hands moved deftly, shaping the wood and fitting the parts together. After covering the roof, he went inside the house. Today he worked tirelessly, focused on creating a sturdy and secure entrance to complete his house. Every cut and joint was done precisely, knowing that this door would be both a functional and symbolic highlight for the space he had carefully built. And of course, a sturdy bed was essential for a good night's rest after all that hard work. With the frame firmly in place, he finished it with wooden planks placed close together. He added a rug to the top of the bed, and his cozy sleeping quarters were complete. After finishing the bed, he decides it's time for a well-deserved meal. He gathers a few ingredients and begins preparing a simple yet satisfying dinner. With a fire crackling in the kitchen, he carefully cooks some meat over the flame, savoring the comforting aroma that fills the air. Once the meat is cooked to perfection, he sits down to enjoy his meal, appreciating not only the food, but the sense of accomplishment that comes with it. After dinner, he lay down on his warm bed to rest after a long, tiring day at work. He decided to gather more wood for the stove. He went out again, this time gathering branches and sawing them to the right length to burn efficiently. With each piece of wood, he considered its size and dryness, making sure it was perfect for the fire. When he had gathered enough, he brought the wood home and stacked it neatly to prepare for the stove. The wood would keep the stove warm and provide the heat needed for cooking. As he collects the wood, he notices a particular branch with the right shape and size ideal for crafting a door handle. He brought the branch back to the house, where he began carefully shaping and smoothing its surface. Using his tools, he removed any rough edges and sanded the wood, ensuring it was both functional and visually appealing. Once he was satisfied with the handle, he attached it to the door, securing it with nails. He started by carefully cutting the wooden planks to fit the dimensions of the window frame, making sure they were a perfect fit. Once the pieces were cut, he attached them to the bottom of the inside window to create a sturdy shelf that served as storage space. He added boards to create shelves around the windows. These shelves are placed along the walls near the windows, providing a storage solution that is both functional and beautiful. On the outside of the house, he begins by digging the earth to create a clear boundary for the threshold of the house, separating the living space from the surrounding area. The excavation is done with care, ensuring the ground is level and ready to support the next steps. Once the digging is complete, he starts placing stones along the edge, carefully arranging them to form a sturdy, natural boundary. Each stone is placed with precision, fitting tightly together to create a solid foundation for the threshold. This stonework not only serves as a practical feature, but also enhances the overall aesthetic, blending the structure seamlessly with the earth and the environment. He also focuses on the lower part of the threshold, carefully arranging stones to form the steps. Each stone is selected for its size and shape, ensuring they fit together securely and provide a stable footing. He continues by arranging more stones to create a pathway leading from the outside to the house. Carefully selecting each stone, he places them in a pattern that allows for easy walking while enhancing the natural look of the surroundings. The stones are laid out evenly, creating a stable and inviting path that guides visitors to the entrance. Each stone is positioned with care, ensuring the path is both functional and aesthetically pleasing. As he works, The pathway begins to take shape, seamlessly blending with the landscape and providing a clear, beautiful route from the outside world into his home. He decided to build his own table from planks of wood. He started by cutting and preparing the planks for the tabletop, making sure they fit together perfectly. Once the tabletop was ready, he carefully assembled the pieces, securing them with nails to create a solid surface. After completing the top, he moves on to building the legs of the table. He measures and cuts more wooden planks to the appropriate size for the legs, ensuring they're sturdy and evenly proportioned. He attaches each leg to the corners of the table, making sure they are securely fastened to support the weight of the tabletop. With the table finished, his work for the day was done. With a sense of satisfaction, he turned his attention to preparing his own meal. He gathered the ingredients and set up the kitchen area, ready to cook. The fire in the kitchen was still warm, providing the perfect temperature for his meal. As he begins cooking, he enjoys the comfort of his newly built space, knowing that the hard work has paid off. The meal is simple, but there's a sense of accomplishment in every step as he reflects on the home he's created with his own hands. Thank you for joining him on this journey. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support means a lot, and we look forward to sharing more adventures with you. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you in the next video.